What's up, everybody? It's your boy Steven J, and I'm here with Simply Steve, and we're talking about wrestling, WWE, WWF, WCW, ECW, AWA, UWF, maybe some TNA, because I want to talk about Kurt Angle. Anyway, let's get right into it. Hell in a Cell is this coming Sunday. And I think it's the first pay-per-view where the actual World Heavyweight Champion and the championship belt is not on the actual pay-per-view. There have been pay-per-views where the champion has been in the pay-per-view but hasn't defended his belt in the pay-per-view. But I don't remember a time where the actual champion wasn't there and did not defend his title.
This year with Daniel Bryan.
Who?
He missed like 2 or 3 pay-per-views. He missed like 2 pay-per-views before. No, he missed like 3 pay-per-views before there was another champion, which was John Cena.
That doesn't count. Daniel Bryan was hurt.
You say you still can't think of a time when there was no champion or the belt wasn't there. That's a time.
That doesn't count.
Why can that not count?
It doesn't count because Daniel Bryan...
Brock Lesnar is sitting at home doing nothing.
Exactly. Daniel Bryan was hurt, so he couldn't compete. And when they did the whole operation, it was just going to be a couple weeks that they thought that he was going to be. I didn't think it was going to be a couple weeks, but a lot of people saying, "Oh, he's going to be out for a couple weeks. He should be back by the next pay-per-view." Whatever. I didn't. So of course, that's understandable. Being though he's a champion, he can't defend the title. Unfortunately, Brock is not hurt. Brock, I don't know what the heck is WWE is doing and rapping with Brock Lesnar. So again, first time that the WWE has a champion. The championship is not being defended because the champion is not there. And I would say Hell in a Cell is bigger than, well, it was big when The Undertaker was still there because he invented it. It was his baby. But I can't remember a time where the champion wasn't there and the title wasn't defended all at the same time. And then you go on and try to con the people and just, oh, we got 2 main events, John Cena and Randy Orton. They're trying to bring the feud back. And Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins pay-per-view main event, yeah, based off of their Extreme Rules. No, what's Extreme Rules? SummerSlam match.
And their Raw match.
Based on that SummerSlam match, I would say that was the main event. Dean Ambrose has to stop doing that thing where he gets knocked into the rope and he comes back. I mean, come on, that's too predictable. It was great the first time you saw it because everybody was like, oh snap. The second time it was like, oh okay, but it wasn't as good as it was last night.
It's Vince McMahon's method. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Okay, but it doesn't really work. This is not. This ain't.
Well,
it ain't.
You know when the guys actually flipped himself over when he does it, but it still looks cool when it happens.
No, not anymore. Because you know what's going to happen. You didn't know what was going to happen when he did it in the pay-per-view. The next night, when it happened, you knew that was going to happen. And now it seems like every match, he does it every match. You're like, come on, man. That's just...
It's like his setup for going for dirty deeds. Like Cena going for the 5-knuckle shuffle or Randy Orton going for the DDT off the rope.
No, you don't know when Randy Orton's going to hit the RKO.
I said DDT off the rope. I didn't say RKO. I said setting up for their finisher. Anyway, but until a couple nights ago on Monday, the John Cena versus Randy Orton match was not interesting because we're just like, it's old rivalry coming back again. We don't want to see it. Blah 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 blah.
But then they try to talk about it, their old rivalry, and try to get people hyped up for it.
And it just didn't work, as we said last week.
You gonna get $9.99.
Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. When those two fought, then they fought a lot. It was interesting because you wanted to see those two together. But the fact that it's Randy Orton and John Cena again, I think they have fought more times than those two, which is why it's boring. But anyway.
And every time Stone Cold and The Rock fought, there was always a different storyline. That was interesting. Oh, they're gonna go. Didn't they fought 3 times in WrestleMania?
Twice for the WWE Championship, and then once just to see if The Rock could finally beat him at WrestleMania.
but there was a storyline, and each one that worked well. This right here, it's just like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We ain't got nobody.
So they made it interesting somewhat when they say the winner of the match will get a WWE World Heavyweight Championship title match.
Which match?
With Brock Lesnar.
Which match?
John Cena and Randy Orton. The winner will get a WWE World Heavyweight Championship opportunity. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe we'll see. Again, I'm thinking maybe the WWE has come up with something for Lesnar, and we'll see him at Survivor Series. Because again, that is one of the big pay-per-views.
I like Brock Lesnar, I really do, but I don't like the schedule that the WWE obviously has agreed to out of desperation.
I've actually heard stuff about Brock Lesnar might be going back to UFC.
He's not gonna do that.
I'm saying like the UFC's considering. He's like, oh, he's healthy again, so now he can come back.
Yeah, but he's definitely disgraced. Anyway, so let's talk about Monday Night Raw.
So Raw opens up with the Authority, Triple H, Randy Orton, Kane, Seth Rollins, and he basically says, you know, that tonight there's going to be a 2-on-3 handicap match. It's going to be a street.
How many times are we going to see this match?
It's going to be a street fight.
You can change the stipulations all you want, but how many times are we going to see?
Well, the main event.
John Cena, Dean Ambrose versus Authority. Come on.
Well, this week it was good. It was the best main event in a while. They were chanting, "This was awesome," and
they were so uncoordinated. This is awesome. You couldn't even barely tell. Were they saying this is?
They were all.
Were they saying this is awful? Because I had to listen to them. Like, are they saying this is awful, or are they saying this is awesome? Because it was just like
at first
it was like a black. It was like a black church and a white church. Side by side, and you got praise music going on, and just everybody's clapping, but you got two different clapping styles going on. So it wasn't an organized, this is awesome. No, it wasn't that.
Well, it was an organized at first one, but then eventually they got it, and it sounded like pretty much, it didn't sound like awful, it sounded like awesome at the end. It sounded like they're saying this is awesome.
You heard it because Jerry said it. The King said, yes, his friends are right. This is awesome. No,
I can hear them saying this is awesome. Maybe it was a mixture of this is awful, this is awesome. But I heard this is awesome in the crowd.
It wasn't. For me, it wasn't. Because I'm
thinking it
tell me what was awesome about it.
Well,
I didn't see anything.
I didn't say it was.
You said it was the best main event.
I said it looked better than the main event match you've seen.
Okay, so what was the main event of the night?
It was all said 5 guys, Cincinnati champions.
No, what was the match of the night?
That.
The main event.
Yeah.
You're totally wrong. The match of the night for me was Cesaro and Dolph Ziggler. What are you talking about?
I didn't see that match. I forgot about that match. I mean, the only thing I saw that match was when he uppercut him in the end. So
get off the show since you didn't see it.
Okay, I missed one match.
You have no. You can talk about the match. You have no input.
You can talk about the match. I didn't see that match, but you can talk about it. You saw it. Anyway, so like I said, Triple H says the winner of the John Cena Randy Orton match gets the WWE Championship opportunity.
If I'm Dean Ambrose, what am I? Chopped liver? Why don't I get a shot?
Okay, well yeah, but they can't really add that stipulation because for that match Seth Rollins is the money, Mr. Money.
But they fought last week to see who's gonna face Seth Rollins. And whoever lost between Cena and Dean Ambrose was gonna fight Randy Orton. So come on.
Okay, I see now. I'm thinking about it. I see where you're going with this. Like, okay, I get Seth Rollins, and if Cena wins, he gets the championship match. No, but whatever. That doesn't seem kind of unfair. But then again, as we pointed out a lot of times on the show, Randy Orton never did get his championship match. So if he wins, he gets the opportunity. So we got the Usos versus Sheamus and Goldust, and The Miz. Miz didn't fight. He actually had his
Miz down. So why are you saying The Miz?
Because it says The Miz.
Okay, but it wasn't.
I was ready to say.
If you saw it, why do you gotta read it?
Okay, I don't remember the order off the top of my head of what happened on night.
No, I didn't ask you to give me a play-by-play analysis. I said you know who the match is. Okay. You don't got to sit there and read. It was Usos and Sheamus versus Goldust and Stardust and The Miz. Well, The Miz didn't fight. That's what it says here.
Okay, it was scheduled for The Miz. What's the name? Just switched with Mizdow, okay?
Okay, then you should have said Sandow, Mizdow, or whatever dumb name he's going by.
Whatever. So Mizdow won the match for them and everything like that. We had AJ Lee versus Alicia Fox, and Alicia Fox won.
The only interesting thing on that match was when they asked him, The Miz, well, how does it feel that, you know, the crowd is chanting? Did you hear that? They said, how do you feel that your stunt double is more popular than you? Because the crowd is rooting for him. And he goes, well, actually, because he's imitating me, what they're really doing is rooting for me. I don't like Damien Sandow's role in this Mizdow stunt double. Again, it was funny. It was funny the first couple of times. To me, it's not funny anymore.
Well, that's
it's not funny anymore
because the WWE Universe last one they see him do it.
Okay, but I'm just saying it's not fun. Maybe it's funny seeing it in live. But to me, it's not funny. But I'm also on the ropes to fact. Okay, let him continue to do it for a couple more weeks to see where it goes. Is it possibly he gonna become a face? Because I will admit this. Damien Sandow is a great wrestler. He's got a lot of skills as a good wrestler. They just have not utilized him to the potential, and or they haven't utilized him, or they haven't found the right gimmick to go with his skill set, like Tyson Kidd. Great talent, no gimmick.
Well, you know what? We're gonna talk about. I'm gonna say something that I found that was quite interesting, which may be why Damien Sandow was in the Raw.
You saw it on Total Divas?
No, I saw it on
Bleacher Report.
Bleacher Report.
What's the name of it again?
What?
You saw it where?
I said I saw it on Bleacher Report.
Who?
Bleacher Report.
Okay, I wish you say it and stop saying it's 2 syllables. You keep saying I keep saying Bleach Report. That's what Bleach.
I didn't say Bleach.
Bleacher Report on Bleacher. You can even say BR.
Okay, whatever.
I'd rather you say BR.
I saw it on BR
versus Bleach, because it sounds like you saying Bleach Report. Must we rewind the tape?
Whatever.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so the article I saw, Ricardo Rodriguez, he says in today's WWE, you cannot get unless you're Triple H's toy, you're not gonna get over. Basically meaning if Triple H doesn't like you, if you don't do what he says.
Who said that?
Ricardo Rodriguez.
Didn't he get fired?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why he's saying it.
He's like,
well, I have to disagree with that because Dolph Ziggler isn't under Triple H. Cesaro isn't under Triple H. So I mean, that worked for the NWO, but that's about it.
We've said a couple times on here they must have done something to anger Triple H, because the reason why Great Khali doing nothing, the reason why Damien Sandow is sitting there shadowboxing with the Miz.
Please,
he's like, when Vince was in charge, Vince gave everybody a chance.
Again, and I am Triple H, and I'm in the doghouse, and I'm making $900,000 like the Great Khali is. I am not going to be upset that I'm not on TV. That you mean tell me I go make fighting house shows, but on Raw, I'm getting paid for standing there, speaking a language that's not even a language? No, please, I get to chill. All I gotta do is take off my shirt and wear my long underwear? Please. I ain't complaining about that. That's what he doing.
So what you complained about before that?
What?
What you complained about it for? Every week, talk about Great Khali just stand go blah 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 blah.
Because I'm complaining for it because here's a guy you're paying almost $1 million for, but yet you had a talent like Brodus Clay that was a great talent, great wrestler, had a good gimmick when he first came, when he was in NXT. And when he came into the WWE, when they brought him to the main thing. You had a guy like Drew McIntyre when he first came. Great wrestler, great gimmick. You didn't know what to do with him. So you mean tell me you got those 2 talents right there, and all of a sudden you still pay Khali $900,000 for doing nothing, but yet they had match after match, and you couldn't find anything for them to do. Come on. The Funkasaurus died out a long time ago, which they should did.
They kept them for the kids, just like the reason why John Cena's on top, because of the kids.
No. If they kept him for the kids, then why make him turn heel? Thank you.
Because they got tired of it. Just like they got tired of Adam Rose.
Adam Rose is still on TV.
Vince still was like, I don't really like this character. They almost sent him back to NXT.
Again, how do you know?
Again, because of BR.
I didn't see that on BR.
That was a long time ago.
Okay, so obviously it wasn't true.
Alright, but they changed their mind. Anyway, alright, so next we had Randy Orton come out to the ring, said a couple things, kind of teased the city, saying
And hold on. First of all,
phone calls on the show. And he answering the phone.
Hey, yo, Ant. Yo, let me give you a call right back, alright? Alright. That's my boy Ant. Anyway.
Taking calls on the show, man.
Hey, I'm the director, the producer, the creator. Pretty much 99% of the show.
Well, but I'm not even gonna go into it.
So,
I'm not even gonna go into it. So Randy Orton comes out. He tried.
let's talk about this. We don't care what he did. The people were on Randy Orton's side.
Not at first.
No, they were. Shut up.
Alright.
Thank you, Orton, whatever they was chanting at first. And then he jumps on the Kansas City Royals. You people, they're going to lose this and the other. Boo! They have to bring Cena out to be the savior. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! These people here have paid their hard money for the Kansas City Royals. They're going to win it. Shut up, John Cena.
Do you know how many people in Raw said tonight that the Kansas City Royals were going to come and win?
I understand that. But when Randy Orton first came out, and he first started talking, the people were with him because they want to see him beat John Cena.
They didn't want to see him beat Lesnar. I mean, who cares about Cena?
But then all of a sudden John Cena comes out as a so-called savior. And again, that whole thing just makes... that's why I don't like John Cena. He's just so phony.
Do you really see... Like, just hear something. Do you really seriously think Cena's standing right there? He's like, alright, come on, music, I'm going out?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I can't believe that.
Okay, so all of a sudden he talks... The whole time he's up there talking, no John Cena. The fans are on his side. Randy Orton, I gotta say something to get him off my side. Then we talk about the Kansas City Royals not winning anything. Boo, boo, boo. Dun, 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 dun. Here comes John Cena. Yeah, let's cheer for Cena now. These Kansas City Royals, whatever. Come on, that please.
Well, he was talking about Cena and you know how much respect he has, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna beat you, everything like that. So you know, regardless of what, he was still calling. It's kind of like calling him out, kind of.
Who?
Randy, because he's like, me and you, we debuted in 2002. You know, new era, everything like that. We were great talent, but you know, I'm just better than you. I beat you so many times, yada yada yada.
Again, John Cena. Again, that's why
I still can't believe that he just like, come on, music, I'm going out.
Yes.
I still think they're just like, yo, Cena, it's your turn to go out now. I just can't believe it. I'm sorry. I mean, unless you give me some proof that says he goes, all right, I'm going out. Regardless if he's facing the company or not.
Look at the show. Look behind the scenes. You see, that's what they do. Come on, man. I thought you was into wrestling.
Right.
See every aspect of it.
So they're blabbing back and forth. Paul Heyman comes out saying, neither of you want a piece of Brock Lesnar. You know, whoever wins is ultimately losing because they're gonna have to go against the Beast. So Cena gets mad. He's about to give him an attitude adjustment, but he chickens out. So Randy RKO's him, and then Paul Heyman's like, yeah, and then he gets RKO'd, and everyone's like, yeah. So I was talking to Addy, and he was like, that right there, the fact that Randy Orton RKO'd Paul Heyman indicates that Randy Orton's gonna win the match, and that it'll be Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar. So I'm like, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, yeah, I would agree with Maniacal Roar for saying that. I would agree with that. Because not only that, you have to skip to the end of the show where Seth Rollins does the brick stomp, or whatever you want to call it, curb stomp on Randy Orton's head. So that's the thing, and indicating Randy Orton's gonna go the face route or whatever, because Yo, I got if there's an MVP since WrestleMania, your top 3 candidates right now is Randy Orton, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins. That's your top 3 for MVP of the season. Those 3 guys, because they have been followed by Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro. Other than that, Bray Wyatt was up there, but he's fallen off. They doing the promos for him, but we haven't seen him wrestle yet, so he's in close 5 or whatever. Number 6, followed by Sheamus. Roman is hurt, so he don't count. Daniel Bryan is hurt, don't count.
So when he was there, was he in
Roman Reigns?
top? Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Top 5?
Roman Reigns was on a roll. After his match with Randy Orton, that put him up there.
Okay, because I was wondering, wait, where's Roman Reigns in all of this? I mean, I know he's hurt now, but come on, he put some pretty good matches on. Alright, so then we had an old rivalry. We had Big E and Rusev. Big E lost the match, tapped out to the Accolade. Then after the match, he tried to pull down the U.S. flag. The American Soldier came in.
Attempted. I saw that. You know that was fake because he made it to the ring. That's how you know it's fake. Now, years ago, there was a kid with Down syndrome. He was mentally, he had a mental issue, and somebody was getting beat up in the ring, and who he was a fan of, and he, from the goodness of his heart, really tried to save it. I'm trying to figure out who it was, and he got over the banister, and immediately, as soon as he got over the banister, the ring thing, he was grabbed, and he was like, no, I'm trying to save him. But the wrestler, I want to say it was Hulk Hogan, and I want to say it may have been Shawn Michaels, whatever, but it was like, no, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's all right, it's all right. He was like, no, the boy was crying and everything, like, no, leave him alone, leave him alone. And I'm trying to think, I think that's how Hillbilly Jim got into wrestling, because the same thing or whatever. But anyway, I think it was because he made it to the ring. And you don't make it to the ring and have one guy come and do anything. When you hit that thing, especially in 2014, I'm trying to think, there was somebody else that tried to get into the ring. He got tackled by like 5 guys out of nowhere. And I think Shawn Michaels punched him or whatever. Or no, it actually happened with Randy Orton. I don't know, it was years ago, but it happened with Randy Orton. Randy Orton actually hit the guy because he came into the ring.
Alright, so then we had the whole segment with, there was a DS match.
Oh, hold on. Yeah. But the whole segment with John Cena and Randy Orton, I'm not feeling the whole, let's try to renew the rivalry. Again, when it's dead, it's dead. If you have a good storyline to go with it, they don't have a storyline. There's no, we're just going to fight.
Okay, so if it was Dean Ambrose and Randy Orton, there would have been no storyline. It'd been like, all right.
No, but the excitement would be because they never fought before, so therefore, they fought. But I mean, come on, they haven't really had a rivalry going. So again, it will be interesting, but you still want Dean to go after Seth. John to see Seth? No, you don't want to see John because again, you hate the focus of everything centered around John Cena. You hate to see the focus centered around John Cena. You would rather him be not in the picture at all. So again, for me, if that's all you got, and I have to say it again, because you're champion, you signed a contract, you allowed him to sign a contract that gave him that much leeway. That he works, I thought, 1 pay-per-view a month, 1 appearance, but obviously that's not the case. Because he's not even in this pay-per-view, Hell in a Cell. And they have to go back to before that, Daniel Bryan getting hurt.
He would have won the championship regardless if Daniel Bryan was hurt or not.
No, I'm referring to Daniel Bryan getting hurt. knocking everything out of sync. So we don't need to talk about that. Let's move along.
Well, so then we had Dean Ambrose in his segment with some dummy or whatever like that of Seth Rollins.
That was actually funny for about 1 minute because it kind of reminded me of Dirty Harry at the Republican National Convention 2 years ago, when he was talking to the chair.
Well, so then, you know, Seth Rollins comes out, they have their little chit chat, and then we get the hardcore legend, one of the best recognized people inside of Hell in a Cell. Mick Foley comes, you know, he's telling them, you know, it's just gonna be, you two, you're not gonna go on, you're not gonna be the same, it's just, you don't win Hell in a Cell, you survive, or whatever like that. And, you know, I should know I've been thrown off Hell in a Cell, fell in Hell in a Cell, whatever, had my career ended inside Hell in a Cell, so I know what it's like. And he basically said Dean Ambrose was gonna win because of the fact that he's not thinking in there, but the fact that he's crazy, whatever like that. Alright, so then there was Cesaro versus Dolph Ziggler, but again, I didn't see that match until the uppercut.
Alright, so that match was actually Dolph and Cesaro. They actually match up very well.
They will be fighting each other at Hell in a Cell.
The end of the match, where he hit him with the uppercut, very nice, very nice. I thought he actually was going to come back into the ring and do the swing, which would have got a lot of people cheering for him. But what's his move?
The neutralizer?
I really don't like that move. It just takes too long to, you know, do for me. It's not like the RKO. It's not like the Stone Cold Stunner. It's not like Sweet Chin Music. It's not. It just takes so long to get the person into that whatever move. It's not like, even like the figure four. It just takes too long. It's just like, okay.
Well, he does all that extra where he got to put you in between and then snap his neck a couple times. You ain't got to do all that. Just
but that right there was my match of the night.
Alright, so...
But I think Dolph is going to lose.
So I guess that means there won't be no Bray Wyatt and Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship. I mean, unless he somehow pulls it off and beats Cesaro, then he will lose. Then, of course, we had the Authority versus Dean Ambrose and John Cena. At the match, Randy Orton got cursed on by Seth Rollins. So they're definitely indicating, and it's really, really closer now, that Randy Orton will go face, because, to be quite honest, I can't see him as a heel anymore. I mean, the match that he put on, him posing, you know, with all that sign and stuff, and the fans, Randy Orton, and the fact that the fans are cheering for him now again, I just can't see him no longer as a heel. I'm sorry, he's once again a face, regardless if he's still on the Authority side.
Well, after this, I don't think he's going to be on the Authority side anymore, because he's going to want to go after Seth Rollins, and you know Triple H is going to defend him like he's the future. He's basically you when you first came, when you were with Evolution. He's you, and therefore, you know, we got to protect him and this, that, and the other. But the problem is Randy Orton is still in his prime. And personally, I know Randy Orton did some things to get under the skin of the company.
Yes, he did.
And that is the only reason why he's not like a 15-time champion. Before that whole fiasco where he was just not on TV for a while because he has personal issues, battling his own demons or whatever and stuff like that. But personally, I've always liked Randy Orton over John Cena. From day one, when they first started, I just thought Randy Orton was a better wrestler. He's definitely a better entertainer than John Cena, and he's unpredictable like John Cena. And Randy Orton is the type of wrestler that doesn't have to talk as much as John Cena.
All he has to do is hit you with that RKO, and you know you get the message.
What else?
That was it.
Yeah, so as of right now, I did read on Bleacher Report that Kurt Angle asked for a part-time deal. WWE said no, they want to do a full-time deal. So it's more likely that he's going to re-sign with TNA versus come to WWE, which I think is just, who's ever in control of that should be fired and is stupid. It's borderline about the time that
it's gotta be those two.
Jim Ross blew the deal that let Jeff Jarrett go to WCW, and unfortunately didn't. And Jeff Jarrett was like big, JEFF, JARRETT. So when he went to WCW, it just wasn't. I didn't think he was just as popular as he was when he was in the WWF, Double J. But if they don't, I think Kurt Angle, the man is old, he's beaten, battered, and he's bruised, but yet he still can give you great matches on a part-time schedule.
I'm about to say, you seen him wrestle in TNA?
Yeah. And he can still give you great matches, but working a full-time schedule? No, I think some guys deserve that because you want to keep the longevity of your product. Guys like, and I'll even say this, guys like Kurt Angle, he doesn't need a full-time schedule. Part-time schedule. Undertaker, part-time schedule.
Triple H is part-time.
Triple H, part-time schedule. Guys that are older and just can't go the full-time schedule like
if Goldberg comes back, I'm pretty sure he'll be
it's a part-time schedule because come on,
they're not young anymore, so you
you can't do that stuff anymore, and that's how you got a lot of these wrestlers die because they OD on pain pills because they're in pain because maybe they went a little bit too long or whatever and stuff like that. But you got to give him like a part-time schedule where he has to make every Raw, make every SmackDown, maybe one house show a week or something like that. But every pay-per-view. But come on, they would be stupid. And again, you want to really set something up for
here's how I see
Rusev. Come on, bring Kurt Angle back. Let him beat Big Show because I really don't even care. But I would bring back Kurt Angle.
If they're not, I can already see it. I can see it happen. If they're not gonna,
you can see into the future.
Wait. If they're psychic, hold on.
You have powers.
I'm just making a prediction.
You're like an X-Men that you can just see what's going to happen in the future. You just said I can see.
I say
Jesus, one of the apostles.
I'm just making a prediction.
One of his prophets, supernaturally endowed. I see. Go ahead and tell us what you see. Let me see if I see.
I'm saying.
What you saying?
If they don't bring Kurt Angle to the WWE to face Rusev, then we already can guarantee who we know is going to face Rusev, and we know who's going to beat him.
Who's that?
John Cena. You know that if they don't bring Kurt Angle, which we want to beat Rusev,
I'm rooting for Rusev.
Then you know they're going to have the one guy left who's is going to go against them, and you know who's going to win. And it's going to be John Cena. Because you'll know he'll do the job. You know he's the whole, soldier, patriot, respectful guy, all that. So if they're not gonna bring Kurt Angle, they're gonna go with Cena, and Cena will beat Rusev, and people will be happy because Rusev got pinned, but they'll be mad because he got pinned by or tapped out by John Cena. So they gotta go with Kurt Angle. Vince doesn't even want him to come back because he doesn't want anything bad to happen on his watch or something like that.
Who?
Kurt Angle.
Then give him a part-time schedule then.
He's like, I don't want anything to happen to him. He dies or gets hurt.
Vince don't want him back because Kurt slept with Stephanie.
So Oh yeah, Rey Mysterio left WWE and he's now with Triple A Wrestling or something like that.
Oh, they finally let him go?
I think he just left.
He can't leave if he has a contract.
Well, then I guess they let him go because he's with another wrestling organization now. I was like, okay, they let Rey Mysterio go.
I didn't see that.
WWE's livid, man, because you know Rey Mysterio, he was a pretty good. See,
I wasn't a real Rey Mysterio fan.
You had to feel something when he was doing stuff for Eddie Guerrero, right?
Yo, that rivalry between him and Eddie Guerrero, I liked it a little bit. I didn't like that. You know, Eddie did the job to Rey like several times, so.
You know, the WWE is slipping though. I mean, shoot, look what happened. They let CM Punk go. Well, he quit.
He quit.
I mean, not let him go, but you know what I mean. They're only focused on their main guys. They don't care. They don't really care what. They're not listening to the fans. Because if they would, guys like CM Punk wouldn't have quit. They would be. They're only interested in Cena, Randy Orton.
The problem is they're pushing John. They pushed John Cena to the point where
said they're not push. They weren't pushing him as much when Bryan was here.
No, they did because they fought.
They fought one match.
Okay, they pushed again. John Cena. Everybody has to go against John Cena. So again, that's why everybody was so excited when he lost. But then what happened when John Cena came back? Next day he on Raw. I was injured. You see this big hickey on my elbow? That's why I lost. So I'm gonna go away now, and I'm gonna get surgery.
They were sure that day. He's like, I gotta leave.
But I'll be back. Yeah, I'll be back. Because again, they pushed the product. They didn't do John Cena how they did Stone Cold for his time there. They didn't do John Cena how they did The Rock or Triple H or Shawn Michaels for their time there, where you spread them out, you bring them back. You spread them out, you bring them back, meaning in the limelight. You still kept him relevant, but you didn't keep pushing him in the face. Oh yeah, it's John Cena. Yeah. Oh, let's put it against John Cena. Next week, John Cena. Next week, John Cena. Here comes rescue, John Cena. No, nobody wants to see that every week. We're tired of it every week.
If they just listen. I'm telling you, their focus. Yeah, I get it. Cena's the face of the company. He's what's making the company money because of the kids, because of everything they have him do. It's all about Cena, but you gotta give guys a chance. Like Ricardo said, Vince gave people a chance, whereas if Triple H, he says, I guess
I don't believe anything Ricardo says.
I know Ricardo and Triple H, they had their issues with each other, but
what was their issues?
They didn't really like each other.
How you know?
BR.
What was the rumor? I don't really care. He's not a player. He never was a factor.
Well,
who cares?
Oh, wait, I know he gave some example. I don't know. Hold on, let me see if it's still on here.
So I'm trying to think. I'm trying. What was I thinking? I was reading this thing on Facebook because I follow WWE on Facebook, and they had something between Tyson Kidd and his wife or whatever, and I guess they're gonna go with that angle or whatever, which is not a new angle because they did it with Macho Man, they did it with Sonny, they did it with Sable and Mark Mero. Everyone likes the girl, but I ain't even gonna say it. I ain't even gonna say it. I can't say it. But Tyson Kidd has a lot of, but I feel a lot of skills, promise. But wait a minute, and didn't Justin Gabriel come back? Did he come back as something else?
Who?
Justin Gabriel. I saw a picture of him where he's coming back as some demon type of guy or whatever.
Let's see.
I saw the picture.
Let's see here.
Anyway,
Here it is.
I don't really care, guys. Oh, so Stone Cold said that he's not making a comeback. He was talking about a friend of his and him working out or whatever to come back or whatever, but he's not making a comeback. He did, however, say if the money was right, he would come back to face like John Cena.
That's what The Rock said. He's like, when I said referring to him, whether or not if he was gonna come back, he said it's either got to be bigger than just as big as my last match, or it's got to be bigger, and you know the money got to be right. That's what they all said.
As much as I like The Rock,
that's what Goldberg said. The money's got to be right.
As much as I like The Rock, I wouldn't want to see him and John Cena a third time. I just really wouldn't want to see it.
Triple H, not Triple H, but just trying to get him and Brock for WrestleMania 31 for the WWE title, but Triple H wants us to beat Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns ain't gonna be ready.
He said he'll be back by Rumble time.
We'll see.
So he may win the Rumble and all that.
It's not. I don't care if Roman Reigns come back. You live and you die by the wave. If he comes back, Roman Reigns didn't have a gimmick.
He was just a tough guy.
He was a tough guy. Daniel Bryan had this. That's all he had. And we liked it because we get to join. Yes. He's a great wrestler. I like Daniel Bryan. He's tough. I love his in-ring ability. I love his
we noticed if he come back,
technician. Notice first of all, his wife, when she does the yes, it's like she about to take a crap or poop or something. Because Daniel Bryan does like this. She bends down like she's. What the heck is she doing? And even when she does it, you would think that everybody's going, yeah, Daniel Bryan, his wife.
They were doing it again. I saw it yesterday.
I saw it, but it was like, yes.
Okay, because she's the wife.
She's kind of nice.
You're not gonna have.
Yes. But if Daniel Bryan, okay,
have the same effect. It's Daniel Bryan.
That's his wife. Hold on, I'm about to up you again, like I did last week. Every time AJ comes out, they chant CM Punk, and it's loud CM Punk.
Yeah.
He quit 10 months ago. 10 months ago, he quit. But they're still now, CM Punk.
Because he's his wife. Okay.
The twin is Daniel Bryan's wife. Yes. My arm hurt now. So, it's what does that say? So, you can't say...
Because of their relationship.
No, all I'm saying is that people are still screaming CM Punk. They're just chanting yes. So, therefore, when Daniel Bryan come back, you'll be able to see... Is he still have it with the yes, this, that, and the other?
That's why.
I'm saying they're doing the yes, but they're not doing the yes as loud as they did when Daniel Bryan was still out there.
I'm saying the part of the reason why is yes, because she is Daniel Bryan's wife. I'm saying another part of the reason is so when he comes back, it won't be like it's forgotten. They'll still remember the whole yes,
but it ain't gonna.
And it'll be louder than normal.
Again, that's why I'm talking about That's why I'm talking about the weight. Okay, if you get hurt, that is just see Wade Barrett, see Bad News Brown, see Kevin Nash, see they're falling in that category double A, often OA, often injured.
OI? You said OA?
Oh yeah, OI, often injured. And a lot of guys, if you're not big already, The Rock can come back after injury. John Cena can come back after injury and boom. Triple H come back and you get to
we just like seeing wrestle. I mean,
you still see the
I'm tired of the suit,
the cheer and the fans screaming for you and stuff like that. But it'll be interesting to see Daniel Bryan come back and see will he still be able to ride that wave as he did before he got hurt. I'm gonna say no, I don't think so, because again, it's a flare. If he comes in If he comes back at Royal Rumble,
it'll be a big pop. It'll be
a big pop because you expect that. Roman Reigns, not so much. Because again, you got hurt, and it all depends if somebody steps up to make you forget about it. Because right now, the top guys right now is Dean, Seth, Randy Orton. If Bray Wyatt suddenly makes a resurgent, Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro are trying to come.
They're still in the mid card range, but you know,
if they get the tag team division back working, whatever. But other than that, if some of those guys step up to where it's like, wow, you take notice of me, this is what I'm doing, then I'm sorry, it's not gonna work. Daniel Bryan doesn't have it.
Speaking of tag team, I saw another one on BR where WWE and the Dudley Boys are interested in trying to get them to come back.
Yeah, I think they need to come back.
It'll really spice up the tag team division.
But they don't want to tag. They don't want to do a tag team anymore. Because I think Bubba Ray has solidified itself as a single competitor.
Yeah, he's been on his own.
I mean, it would be great for them to do it, but they did it already in the WWE where they actually broke them up. And they went their separate ways for a while because that's how you had Deacon Devon, and who brought in Deacon Batista. But I don't think it would be great to see him in the tag team. They definitely bring some flair to the tag team division, much needed help. But that's it. So we're done talking about wrestling.
I remember what it was. Dang, I couldn't remember. Okay, I was doing some research a couple of days ago. And I was looking up. I always remember when Stone Cold left, but I couldn't remember the reason why. And when I found it, it was because he didn't want to lose to Brock Lesnar and everything like that, and because he didn't agree with the whole storyline. And I read that, I was like, it's kind of similar with CM Punk because he didn't really agree with the whole storyline. He didn't agree with losing to Batista to the Royal Rumble. I'm like, okay, here. And then kind of like when he left, they took all his stuff off of WWE.com. They took all the CM Punk stuff off of WWE.com. But, and they said a lot of people tried to convince Stone Cold to come back, but he wasn't listening. And, until JR kind of convinced him to come back, and he did. So I'm thinking, okay, is it a possible chance CM Punk could come back? Yes. But it's a very small one. But I'm saying their situation is kind of the same.
I think if Daniel Bryan comes back, and he's still running wild, I mean, if he talks to CM Punk, maybe. We'll see. Maybe they ought to bring back Kurt Cobain. Maybe then the CM Punk will come back. I would actually bring CM Punk back. Kurt Cobain back just to spite CM Punk and see what he says. So
I don't know what it is.
Look it up, man. CM Punk talks about him all the time. So I finally found CM Punk on Twitter. He's the coach or something like that or whatever, but he hardly ever tweets. So for Stephen J and for Simply Steve, Bleach Report. We're done talking about wrestling.
That's what you hear, but I say Bleacher.
We're going to rewind it to see him saying, well, what I did, I read on Bleach Report. So he has to enunciate his words. Bleacher Report. So that's why we got him doing BR. Because the people, you guys need to know. What he saying? What he say? Bleach Report. The BleachReport.com. Google gonna say, no fool, it's Bleacher Report. So for Stephen J.
That's what I be saying, Bleacher Report.
Simply Steve. We're done talking about wrestling. Peace. Peace.